I've touched this only once before, and I want to get back into it. So it'll be a pretty quiet stream. Not much going on. A lot of reading and a bit of trial and error. So I've got my little virtual machine here, which I hope you all can see well. I've installed VS Codium, got that set up. I've plugged in my little Mikrotik device, as you can see here. So I've only just logged onto this and changed the IP address and DHCP range it gives out as I've got a couple other of these set up already, and the default IP address range overlaps with them. So I've just come in here and just changed those. We can see there's my IP address there of my little device, and if I go to VS Codium, I can go ping, paste, I don't want HTTP in there. So we can just ping that, and we can see that that comes on through. So, whoops, wrong key. Oh no, there we go. So 100% packets transmitted, 100% received, 0 packet loss. Fantastic. So my little virtual machine, Linux Mint here, can get to my Mikrotik device. So we're just on the Ansible main website. I'm going to copy that and pretty much go from there. So SSH add example. So this here will be, oops, what's going on there? This here will be my IP address, 192.168.8.1. And that's a good question. What is my username? Can I leave it blank? We'll just try the default admin. I don't even know anything set. And then I don't know if this works. Can I go F8? Run. Oh wait, plain text. I'll probably need to change that into. Not super familiar with Linux. That's why we're here and we're learning it all. It's not. Is it bash? Shell script. That sounds good. Let's give that a shot. Alright, can I try that again? F8. Run without debugging. That is definitely not what I want to do. I know what I found. Yeah, I know that. I don't have PowerShell installed. Oh, it's going to be painful. Alright, screw it. Copy, paste. It's either going to work or not work. Maybe I have to set a password. I was hoping to set this up. Oh, this looks promising. Yes, I would definitely like to do that. Okay. Show config. Alright, show run. Not. Oh, here we go. Alright, so we've SSH'd into the device. Good start. It doesn't look like Mikrotik supports the, I guess, standard syntax of show, like you might find on your Aruba or your Cisco, and I assume other vendors will probably have something very similar. Anyway, we're onto the device. Okay, so what it tells me is, one, I know my username, admin. We also know it has no password, which we're fine because it's as I said, it's basically, I only pulled it out of the box the other day. I've had it sitting on the bench for far too long. So I've plugged it in. So it's pretty much default configuration other than the IP address I changed. All right, so good, we got this. All right, let's go back to here. Run your first Ansible network. All right, here we go. Okay. Okay, I kind of get what's going on here. All right, so we won't be able to run all this because, as we can see, I wonder if I can change batches windows. I really want to know what I have to set this to so I can just hit get it to run. I would have thought shell script would have been the right one. All right. Anyway, let's have this. Oh god. Ansible all I. So this here is, as we can see from our example up here, going to be the IP address. So let's modify that. 192.168.8.1. C Ansible. I don't understand. This is that's self-explanatory. My virus user. So I'm just going to put admin there. Come across. Okay, so these are virus facts. And Ansible. All right, so this part here is going to have to change to whatever Mikrotik does. So if we go to duplicate tab and search docs, Mikrotik. Router OS. Okay. Let's have a look at this one. We've got 3 results here. Okay. This plugin is community. Yes, to install. I understand that. Okay. What's this one do for us? This is the top one, so we try the middle one. Community collections. Command. Alright, okay, this is a different one. I'm sure I found a manual in here before. How do I spell it right? Facts. I think that's what we want. Alrighty. And collect all facts on the device. Get that. Oh, okay. Good, good, good. All. Okay. So, can we take a stab in the dark? Don't really like doing that. Alright. Ansible network OS equals that. What if we said router OS? How do they do it? Some examples. Community router OS facts. Okay. So can we just go like that? And paste that over? Question mark. All right, what have we got? Ansible all. C Ansible netcom. I don't know what this does. Admin's obviously my username. Community router OS fax. Ansible network OS. All right, let's copy that. Let's control it. Control Shift V. Control Shift V. Some keyboards do not go to the terminal by default and handle it. Alright, we are going to have to look into that. Alright. So I think okay. So let's clear that. Alright, that's not going to work because I think we're still SSH into the device. Oh dear, what am I doing? Oh my word. Sorry, I'm not used to the way that. Let's go. No. Quit. Alright. Okay. Let's see if this works. Fingers. Alright, SSH password. There is no password. So let's just hit enter. Message. The connection plugin Ansible netcom network CLI was not found. Okay. Sure. What does that mean? I guess it's pretty self-explanatory. Can't find this thing. So alright, let's go back to run our first command. Oh. Okay. Kind of understand what's going on here. But we need to get this part sorted out here. Ansible network. So I'm going to take a step that I need to install this network CLI. This was the facts command module. Okay, maybe I need to replace it with this one instead. Seriously, okay. Seems like it might. This plugin is part of the Community Router OS collection. To install, use Ansible Galaxy Collection install Router OS. To use it in a playbook, Community Router OS, which I guess is probably similar to that. Alright, so we've got this. Oops. Ansible Galaxy Collection install that. Okay, let's see how we go. There's going to be a lot of trial and error in this, but that's what learning is about. Sometimes you just have to stumble through it and make a lot of mistakes until you can learn it. Not everyone is gifted with the ability to instantly pick up and process things. Some take a bit longer. Some people will grasp it, or go in spits and spurts. But at the end of the day, as long as we're all learning and improving ourselves, that's what matters. All right, here we go. Installing. Oh, look at that. Ansible netcom. Ansible netcom network. Okay. So it's installing this netcom here. So I'm going to take a stab at say community OS router OS uses that. So maybe this command will work now because that's been installed. Okay, so let's just, for a bit of trial and error, let's see what if I do that now and we have no SSH password. Ah, warning. Is using the discovery path to interpret that, but future installations of another path could change the C. Okay, I don't understand that. Looks like some location's going to get. Alright. Failed. Message. Pamico is not installed. No module name Pamico. Oh, okay. Hey. So this seems similar to this. I guess I need this Pamico. So what if we just go? Oh man, I really dislike the way this handles it. So okay. Control Shift C. I'm much Ansible more used to Control C, Control V. So I don't know if it's just the way the VS Codium is on Linux or what. Okay. Install. Let's see. Cannot run Ansible. Pamican is not installed. Okay, we're not using Red Hat 7. Okay. Alright, which one's got the most upvotes? Oh, I think this is the answer. Okay. Maybe. It's probably more likely that one. Installing Ansible. Here we go. We'll give that a shot. Fine. Paramico. One of 4 matches. In order to use the Paramico connection plugin or modules that require, install the required module 2. Okay. Just copy that. Control C. Okay. Command Python not found. Did you mean command Python from W3? Oh, I have no idea what I meant. Command Python 3 from deb Python 3. Command Python from deb Python is... Okay. Command Python 3 from deb Python 3. Command Python from deb Python is Python 3. Okay, is that saying that this one is that one? If that's the case, then why not run it? Alright. Let's take a stab and just go Python 3 question mark. Okay, that did not work. I've got Ansible, which should mean I have Python. So to install, okay. Alright, well, let's go back to no module named pip. Alright, so what if we go to mint pip install. I don't know if I'll find it for Linux Mint, but it's Debian based, so I should be able to. How to install pip in Linux Mint? Oh, sweet. That should do it. Yep, command line. Yep, great. Installing pip for Python. Oh god, what is loading on this page? It was okay. Oh god, it's ads. Ooh. I normally run with ad blocker, but this is a new install. Oh, this is horrendous. You know, add-ons with sidetrack. uBlock. Well, it's not actually uBlock, it's micro, but everyone just calls it uBlock. Here we go. Add to Firefox. Add. Got it. Alright. That's better. Oh. So alright, so Python 3 is already installed on Linux Mint 20. I don't know what version of Linux Mint I have, but it doesn't really matter. Alright, 385. Great. Sweet. Now to install pip for Python 3 update, you've done all that. So alright. Apt install pip. Now, yeah, we should be following instructions, but in preparation for this stream, I have already updated and upgraded a couple of times, so we should, fingers crossed, be all good. I was trying to make, like, why I didn't want it to be me just sitting here for an hour. I did also want to make this a genuine study and exploration, of someone who's not played with. Like I said, I have played with Ansible on a Mikrotik device, but it was so long ago I've forgotten everything. So I'm relearning everything from scratch. And previously, all I got it to do was basically just connect and show the configuration. So there is a goal in mind. The goal is I'd like to set up a little Mikrotik device with 3 different VLANs and set up a name for it, and then a little bit of routing for it. So 3 VLANs, 3 different DHCP scopes on it, doing a little bit of tagging and untagging, but all doing it in an automated way. So kind of, as I've got currently 3 of these devices, 2 I'm using in for my wireless, got a Capman, some Cap mode, but I kind of wanted to explore the network automation of these things. So eventually the goal will be to configure the other devices just automatically, rather than me having to click through all the things. I can just write the playbook, have it do it, and wait 5 minutes, everything's changed, and no downtime without fiddling around with things. All right, enough rambling. So okay, let's try this now. We should have pip installed. All right, great. Doing things. Okay. Okay, and SSH key. Fingers crossed. Oh, that's about an error. Oh. I think this is good. You can see it on screen there. So, all right, let's scroll on. You know what? Let's make this. Can I make my terminal another tab. Terminal, new terminal, split terminal, view, appearance. Editor layout, yeah, great. Right, I'll have to fill it with later. We'll have a look at that. Maybe if we do it for next stream. It'd be nice if we have it in a separate tab. That might make it easier to. Won't make it easy to work with. But okay, Ansible facts. So this one we kind of already knew, but it does look like it's got everything else. Now there's no RIP on this. There's no BGP, no OSPF. This does look like it actually worked. So yay. Host name, Mikrotik probably is. MAC address. All right, so that's something we can definitely verify that our input didn't contain. So that's sort of what I'm, you don't want it to be spitting back. Like the IP address, we had to tell it that to go there. So it's potential that this didn't work. But if we're looking at this, so 74 4D, and we come across here, 74 4D, 28 D5, 28 D5, E01 EO1. They're different. Why? DF. Now that is interesting. Where did this come from then? 74 4D, 74 4D, 28 D5, 28 D5, 01 DF. That's kind of E. Interesting. Maybe I'm. Here we go. Bridge versus Ether 1. Now it makes sense. Alright, so that's better. Swell. So Ether 2 comes up with that. Alright, so our butchered command, Wayland, alright, yeah, has actually returned some results. Sweet. So this works. So that was just taking an absolute leap of faith and hacking away at it, and we basically all we did is put admin there, which is our username, so good stab in the dark. We changed this to community router OS facts, so that was a module, and then we set our OS as router OS. So we really didn't do a lot, and I put our IP address in there, so it got us all. So now let's return to my first command. So yep, here we go. The host crypto which the command should apply, in this case all. Inventory, the connection method, C for mentioning the user, okay, yep. The user, yeah, okay, so it's got a breakdown here. Probably should have read this first, but whatever. Then, sorry. What do we got here? The SSH connection, please prompt for password. Okay, so we could potentially remove that part there because it doesn't have a password. But going back to our goals, well, my goals, is I want to set 3 VLANs and do some configuration. So it makes sense. We should have it configure with a name. So even we just call it router 1 or R1, very textbooky. Set time and date. Set the admin username if possible, and definitely set the admin password. Here we go. M, the module. Okay, really probably should have read this first. The module to be used. So yeah, we did change that. The network, yeah, all right. if you use SSH agent, all right, that'd be cool to use. All right. So let's make in here Control T. Oh, new. There we go. File. Save as documents, and we are going to call this Mikrotik dot YML. Is that right? YML. Yep. So it's YAML. Great. So let's have a look at this playbook they've got here. This playbook sets 3 of 7 values incremental over the group hosts all. Okay, so this, I assume you would have a predefined list, and this all would either be group of devices A or group of devices B or something like that, where, you know, whether you wanted to change the password on all of them, so you have, well, all, or you got a subset which you wanted to change a VLAN on, or another subset you wanted to, you know, do some type of other configuration update. That would be my guess. Connection method, here we go. Here we go, perfect. Get facts, gather, let's play the config debug. The host name is, alright. So, we should be able to copy this. I don't know how much of this format is needed. I've not worked with YAML before. Can I, oh, there is a maximize. Oh, that's swell. Okay, name. Okay, I guess this is the name of our playbook. Network getting started. Yep, great. That's worth. Gather facts. False. Okay, sweet. Host all tasks. Here, get config from Visa. So this we will once again change to, where do we change it? I'm going to take a stab and say it was this one here. Facts. Yep. Great. And display device. And the OS is, okay, so all we've done so far is change this line. Gather subs. Oh, actually, while I'm here, auto save. Turn that bad boy on. Don't we are losing our work. All right, name, connection, that worked last time. Gather facts, false. All right, hosts all, sweet. Task, name, get the config for. We'll change that. Mikrotik devices. Community router OS facts. That's what we put in there. Gather subset facts. Yep. So name, display computer. Okay. Then we should be able to go to terminal. And if we follow our little things here. Okay. Yep, fine. That works because that was a when I pasted in it, it auto ran it. So Ansible playback I. This here. Oops. Oh god, that didn't work. Oh, that's terrible. I'm trying to highlight the text. Anyway, so we know our IP address 192.168.8.1. just have a look down here. Yep, I could have written down a little notebook there. Yep. What's that? U. If we come back up here, use a username for the SSH connection. Well, I assume that should be admin. K, I'm pretty sure is the ask for password. Ansible network OS equals that, and if we were to go back over here, we just said router OS. Router OS, and this bit here may not work simply because of directories. So we can see we're in the I didn't know what directory in. Whatever, we'll figure it out. What do I call this file? I think it's called Mikro. I keep putting that T in there. Mikrotik.yaml. Alright, this still may not work because I'll have to get the right path, but let's. Alright, error playbook cannot be found. That's fine. ls cd. We put in documents. Can I go ls? Is it backslash for document? Is it other slash? HTTP colon. Okay, so it is backslash. Man, I am. That's weird. That was not what I was expecting. Someone see / in URLs, which is what I remember being Linux, was / and it was weird. It's supposed to be weird that Windows was backslash. So, anywho's, so what does this mean? I believe I can do backslash document. Can I just do that? Alright, we'll give it a shot. SSH password. There's no password. Hey! It's running. Go team. Getting config for Mikrotik devices. Now we changed that. Can't see my point. This, we actually changed that. We could put, getting config for Tom, Dick, and Harry devices. Ha! So here we go. Look at this. This has worked. This is really. I'm super excited. The host name is Mikrotik. Well, we know that, and the OS is 644.4. And okay, well, how can we verify that? So we can just go over here, and we can see up here 6.44.4 stable. This is super cool. Now it's the network name changed. It's Mikrotik D5015E, whatever it happens to be. Who cares? But look at this, the router identity. So what do we call this Mikrotik 55? And apply configuration, right? This is, we know it works, but it's also fun, I guess is the right word, to play around with things and see how when you change one setting there that you actually get the result. Because while yes, it's showing us information like, oh yeah, it's obviously working, sometimes for learning you've got to see what happens when you go, oh, I've changed that. Do I get what I expected? And we expect this is going to be called Mikrotik 55 now, and it is, which is swell. So it's the whole cause and effect from your learning. Like, okay, when I do this, does it do what I thought? And it's how you start applying things you learned in one area to completely different scenarios. It's there's a word for it when you're learning those, but yeah, to be able to apply dissimilar information to different situations is part of what really differentiates humans from other animals. And be able to take that knowledge and extrapolate from it and go, I learnt this. What if I try something similar to this completely and utterly different thing, this task I'm doing? Will it work? And it's that, which is what we're seeing here. You know, it's that helps us learn so much more. Anyway, that's enough sort of rambling down the path of human evolution and human learnings. Anyway, we've got some awesome results here. So if we just shrink this back down, that works. So I'm really pumped. Oops, this one over here. So this is our very first playbook. It does nothing other than display the name, gets the host name, Ansible host name, and OS Ansible net version. So we should be able to change these things here and add some extra ones in there. So it obviously gets all the information, I'm guessing, from this display config. Oh, maybe not. Anyway, because I don't understand the structure of things yet. I don't know if display config is the name of this block. Anyhow, time to keep moving on. So let's go back to run our first command. So this is the playbook. Group exercises. So we should be able to put some more in there. All right, the playbook should something. Yep. Which is what we got. Well, we didn't get that because we're not running Vios. I don't know how you pronounce it. I'm going to Vios. Anywho, now that we can retrieve devices, try updating with Ansible. Download my first play extension. We can set it for the playbook. Okay. So let's do this. Control-C and new, and then save this one, and we're going to call it Micro, and we'll call it Micro 2. Super naming scheme we got going on here. Can I just hide the terminal? Because I'm running this in a virtual machine, I didn't quite have this set up the way I want to do it, so had some issues with scaling. So hopefully for you guys, it should be streaming out at 1080p, but my monitor's 2560, I think it's got it right, and then by 1600, so it's larger than 1080p. So for me, it's just in the middle of the screen. I was trying to get it nice and large, just to know that, you know, reading text when you're viewing is quite hard, but also that then makes things on my screen super big, which means that everything's all crushed in there. Anyway, it's a bit of a first world problem. Anyway, moving along. So this seems all fine. Get the configurator. We're going to change this once again to not that T. Anyway, Mikrotik devices. So we're changing our fax again. So we use our where is our fax? Here we go. Community router OS fax. So subset or display the host name is this. Great. The OS is that. So that's the same as last time. So this is display the block name, update the host name. Oh, look at this. See, this has gone from facts to config. Now, if we go over here, here's our facts module. This is the command module. And this is... Alrighty. So, excuse me. Let's use this. So we need to find the equivalent of this config. So we've got another facts down there as well. So let's go change the facts first of all, because that's an easy one we can do. Let's go like that, config, oops, come back. The new host name and the OS is that. So it's changed the host name. So I'm guessing this is going to prompt us. So this does seem to indicate Here we go, community randomized command. So this, I'm guessing, will do us. To use in a playlist for the video, which you do. How do I install this? To install. Alright, we've done it already. So I should be able to go and change this config to command. Alright. Then, if we go back to this, run it first. So I'm guessing this vio change is what will be changed. Set system host name. This command might not work, but all right, what we'll try is we'll go Mikrotik changed. I don't know, not super confident. Anyway, we can only try, and worst happens is well, not brick device. It gets into an unstable state. You just pin reset it and come back to it. So we should be able to do that. We should be able to change that to 2, and we're going to see what happens. Fingers crossed. Here we go. No SSH password. So this is the fact gathering. So it should say, you know, this is router OS 6.44.4. The name is Mikrotik 55. Then it should go through and change it. There we go. Here we go. So perfect. first bit worked, the host name is which we knew. Then we go failed, change, unsupported command parameter from community router command module, backup line. Line supported parameter include command, interval, match, retries, wait for OK. Now, if I understand this right, then I think this is might just be a simple thing. See, the commands equals, and then if we go to our YAML, lines. So I think this part here, set system host name, I reckon that's the actual viOS command, and so we need to find out what the Mikrotik command equivalent is. See, it has got system router board print, interface Ethernet print. So then if we go way, one of the first things we did, just try to find the first command we ran for the night. No, these are all me. Ah, here we go. The SSH admin la la. So we're in. So here we go. Question mark, list of available commands. Command, question mark gives you commands about a thing, tab complete. Alright, question mark, list of available commands. Alright, so we want to change the host name. So it looks like the blue color is a option and pink is sort of bring back information. Oh no, yeah. Change password. Well, that's pretty good. We will need that for later on. So I was thinking like host name might be down there, and then we can go down to LM, name's not there. So that's fine. System though, what's on the system? So can we go system question mark? All right, system identity. Human-friendly name for the router and also SMP. Okay. So can we go, oops, set name equals Mick. I don't know what question that does. Okay. Ha! It changed it. Yay for us. So if we go back to here and then we go across to here, this is where, oh, that did it instantly. Oh, I was going to refresh the page. I didn't have to. Sweet. So, system identity set name equals. Control, okay. Set system host name. So, we can't put Mick, but we can put Mick55. keeping in line with our terribleness. So now we've got this. So I should be able to quit. Okay, that's why I can't do it. Okay. So should come back and say our host name is Mick because we changed it by SSH, and then we should set it by the playbook if we got the right syntax right, and that's the bit we're going to have to look up. It doesn't seem to be, at least in the pages. Here we go. Look at that. Okay. Is Mick? Yep, great. Unsupported command accumulated in module support environment includes match retries. Wait for. Failed. Changed. False. Message. Unsupported command parameters for computer. Okay. I understand what we're doing, so alright. Well, this is where I'm just sort of bashing things together. So, backup lines, blah. So we don't have that in our first one, do we? So, community command. So we look here, community command, commands equals hyphen slash, look at that, hyphen. So it would imply that we need a slash and did it mention about backup? Unsupported module backup lines. See, it looks like I'm going to say it's that it doesn't like both of those, and that's fine. So I'm guessing because this is using BIOS, whatever. Those commands exist there, but they don't in Router OS. So if we go to our file here and we change that to command and get rid of the line, so we just have name, yep, that's, I'm guessing this is the section name. This could be called anything we want. Community, that's the module, is that the right terminology? Command module, yep. Command is the run this thing. These are the commands we're running, and system routerboard print. And in our case, it's system identity set. Let's try again. So then also begs the question, no, I'm probably right actually, because it's probably running the command, so we probably would have to change that anyway. Anyway, let it run. I'm just going to, if this works, I'm going to try and see if I can remove the K. I want to see if that works. Or some way, I wonder how, this is sort of obviously down the track, this is not something we have to do right this very second, is, here we go, updating the host name. There we go, task. Hey, that's super swell, it changed to Mick55. Awesome, awesome. All right, I'm just going to get a quick water break. I will be right back. All right, back. Okay, so we're doing super well, and now we understand the basic structure. So I wonder if I can have a second. I really want. I gotta open this VS Codium. Some things I want to do, or what I could simply do. SSH admin at 192.168.8.1. Okay. Now that we know command, the command, basically, I believe all we really need to do is where we did set system identity, we go effectively, if it's system, VLAN1 name equals blah, and so forth. So that was our goal. So let's undo that, and we should probably go back to our running our first command. So I'm super happy with the project. I did not think I would be making this kind of progress. I thought it'd be more stumbling. So OK5 change 1. Did I get the same sort of results? OK5 change. Why is one saying change 0? Did it actually not change it? Well, it says 55 there. Anyway, so what I'm, based on this sort of fumbling around, I can see is, I was ranting about before, is I can just punch in all my commands in there. Awesome. So all I have to do is then go to here, being this is the terminal I opened up for it, find out what the command is. So it's probably something like system network or something to that effect. Routing maybe. I was hoping for something around just called VLANs, but alright, so let's go routing. No, this really does seem related to the routing side of things. We just want local networks. Well, eventually we have to do inter-VLAN routing, but we just need the networks established first. So maybe LMNP, so N. Why? Wait, nothing? Do nothing? That's a weird command. I'm sure there's a reason for it. Interface. Now, interface. That's what we want there. So yeah, sometimes different looks the way the Mikrotik does their networking stuff, and this is really getting beyond my knowledge, is they have a bridge and a lot of virtual interfaces and devices, and then the bridge sort of brings them all together. They're not the only company that does that, but looks like we need to add our VLANs as an interface. Here we go. Add. Okay, VLAN. Let's go back here. Create new items. Print. Set, remove, print, add. Here we go. VLAN ID, virtual. Just having a read of the short description of the iron, disable interface, physical interface. So I guess in this interface part here will be where you tag it and untag. So you could set the, you should be able to, I'm guessing, this is just a guess, that we will be able to set up our VLANs and then assign them to which interface they'll operate on. So I've only got the one interface that my PC is plugged into, so I might have to somehow, but I can always check. Like, you know, the device has 5, so I can always just assign it and just run through the playbook and then use like the fact checker. Oh, that's not a bad idea. And then we can, yeah. So what we'll try and do then is we'll set our interfaces up, and then in the same playbook at the very end, we can just run the fact checker and go, these interfaces were set up. So do a fact check before to go, hey, you've got no interfaces. Run our command to set the interfaces and, set the VLANs and the interfaces for them, and then run the fact checker at the end to confirm that we have set them. Yeah, I like this idea. So, VLAN ID equals, now, virtual VLAN or tag used to distinguish it. All right. So, I did say I wanted 3. So we'll probably go, we'll keep this nice and simple. We'll go with VLAN 10, 20, and 30. Just numbers like that. So, can I? No. Can I just highlight that? So, similar to this, actually, what are we going to do first? Control A, Control C, untitled, Control V. We want to save this. We'll call this one 3 because we are super creative about naming this game here. All right, identity set. We don't want to call it 55 because we use 55. So we'll call it Mick Row. There we go. Why not? Actually, before we go wandering off, probably should read this stuff. I did intend to read on stream, but I'm now making progress. I'm like, oh, I don't want to read the manual. I think I know what I'm doing. But then that's when you sort of fall into this trap. Look at this. This is perfect. Look at this. Interfaces, it's sort of a Arista. I love it. Really going to have to read this page, or I'm going to come eventually unstuck. You know, it's talking about this gather subset interfaces and stuff, which I am pretty confident that we're going to need. Anyway, we're going to wrap things up by first of all taking just an absolute run at things and saying, where is my scroll? Here we go. So let's get that like that, and then we go over here, and ooh. Cool. Now, we actually don't care about setting the name, do we? We know we can set the name, so we're actually going to remove that as a command. Don't care. So this is what I'd like to know here. But maybe maybe we can do something different. Maybe we can, we're going to update the host name. I'm going to update the VLAN. And what we're going to try and do, and this is where we're going off track, and it would really pay to, oops, what did I just do there? Really pay to read the manual. So, name is show the VLAN, great. Command equals, so now this is the add command. So if we go back to here, and question mark, we should be able to go print. Can we go, it says add, comment, disable, edit, enable, export, find, get, print. Let's see what happens if we hit print. Fair enough. So, if we put that as print, what I'm hoping to happen, and we come down here, is show the new VLAN. Alright, I kind of understand how this is the get thing. Yeah. Alright, so what I believe we have here, besides being terribly butchered, ooh, is it complaining there's a syntax error? Very quick. Bad indentation. Okay, I get you. I understand what you're saying. Do I just bring that in one? Is that? I'm guessing this one here. There we go, it's happy now. I don't know how sensitive YAML is to indentations. I've not worked with it before. It's very, so far it's nice, it's super human readable. Anyway, so we've got our, yeah, we've gone past that. Connects, gather the facts. So get to the facts. Out of those facts, I think this is how it works. Once again, would be helpful actually read the whole thing. We should be able to get the facts from the device. Now that we have all the facts, just show us the VLAN. But maybe I don't even need that, because anyway, well, we're gonna roll this way, because we're running command. The command probably doesn't work off the fact module, and that's true. I could probably get rid of this. We'll see what happens. We'll try this first, then we can always come back and try without it. Anyway, then it should set a VLAN 10, and then it should run the fact checker again and show us a new VLAN. So we go back up to here, and we change that 2 to a 3, and no SSH. So it's getting a config from the device. So this takes a bit of time, but if we don't have to get to config and can just run the command, that may be quicker. But the config may work in a way that I don't understand. Okay, show the VLAN. So, yeah, I think that's correct, because there was no VLAN there. So even when we ran it here, it returned blank. So now it should be updating the VLAN. So if we put the command in correctly, and assuming it's not hung up because it might be waiting for additional information, like we basically just specify the name. Here we go, look at this. change message. Command type trigger. Alright, so it failed. So what may be the cause then? Interface VLAN add VLAN ID is 10. Alright. See, it wants to be assigned into an interface. So that's where it's timed out. Okay, can we want to go up? I'm pretty sure the command is print. Nope. Interface print. Okay, look at this. So there's one. All right. So we're gonna have name ether5. So router switch router. So then there's the bridge down there. So and the question is, this is the name and that's the number. Can I go interface print? Does it let me specify an interface number? No. So what we're going to do is we're going to try on ether 5, which is 4 because 0. So interface. Can I? What are our options? Ah, there we go. Ether 5. Okay. See, the command was missing some. Now, the question is, does this work? So this is where we probably should test it. Great. So I should be able to interface VLAN show print. There we go. Look, it worked. Oh, okay. So that's its name. Ooh. So then, okay. So if I go. Name, we'll call it VLAN 10. So normally you'd have this name in the organization. Staff, printing, security, you know, fax machines. So I'm going to copy that. I'm going to add that into our, I can just go name equals VLAN 10. I'm pretty sure that was just how it was. Yep. So then what I should be able to also then do is there is another command by then delete, remove VLAN. Then I should be able to go print no VLANs. Super swell, super swell. Then we come back over here and hopefully this time we have a winner. Okay, okay. Show the new VLAN. So it succeeded, but our command is not working the way I expected it to do. So if we come across here, and we should be able to go interface VLAN print, name is VLAN 10, Ethernet 5. That is super awesome. I am super happy that I've even got that far. So that means the homework, but reading to figure out the difference between, when we come back over to our playbook here, our gather facts part and whether it's even needed, and try and figure out this part here. It didn't print interface VLAN print, and we can say interface VLAN print. So the returning of the values is not quite working, but that's okay, minor, and that could just be coming down to the way we're calling things. So we know we can set the host name, swell, so we called MiG55. I don't know where the 55 came from, just did. We know we can set VLANs, which is awesome. We know we can assign to an interface. So we're moving along. So eventually, our playbook here will get populated with, you know, creating however many VLANs you want, giving those VLANs names, and then assigning them to interfaces. So, as I said, I was talking about, you know, 3, you know, 10, 20, and 30. So we might do, you know, 10 is printers and 30 is wired device. It probably makes more sense if we could say, hey, you know, 10 is wired devices and 20 is wireless devices, and 30 is guest devices, you know. And then we can look at doing some ACLs. That would be cool down the track. And then if we put this all into our playbook, what it should mean is I can basically pull this device out, pin reset it, have it out of the box configuration, have it plugged in. It's got, we know it has no username and password, connect to it on the default settings, run the playbook, and it all gets automatically configured. Done, and that's network automation. Well, I think I'm going to leave it there for the night, as it's nearly 11 o'clock and this stream has gone a little bit longer than I wanted to, but that's okay because this is a lot more progress than I thought I was going to be. So I thought I was going to be, you know, absolutely running into roadblocks, and there are a few that I'm definitely seeing as I've just sort of looked at bits, extracted bits. You know, there is some reading I'm skipping over, which is going to be extremely vital. Like, I really should be going back to the getting started part and, you know, really reading, you know, hosts all, you know, where does that come? Where can I set my groups of hosts and so forth? Because here is a, you know, when we come down here, you know, host, the Arista host. Well, I don't have Arista, that's fine. Gather the facts, all the, you know, subset interfaces. This would be cool because this is the kind of information that this might explain why I wasn't getting that VLAN information. You know, I probably haven't caught it. You know, is it this gather subset, or is that an Arista only thing? Anyway, this is what I need to be reading on. But to be able to have started today with our very first one here, which ran through and got the host name, and then our second one here to change the host name, and then our third over here to set VLANs, and then we come back way at the start. Our first one here was just even to connect to the thing. So here we go, SSH, that was a connection. Ansible, that was just, you know, bring back all the information. So here we go. That's what we did. That's where we started. Okay, an hour and 25 minutes ago. So that's not bad progress, I think, for the day. Anyway, I'd like to thank you all for joining me tonight. I hope to be back on again tomorrow, and I will look forward to seeing you all then.